Failure is impossible. It's impossible to achieve success without first experiencing failure. We all make mistakes, but it's how we learn from them that determines our future. Failure is a part of life, and it's important not to let it discourage us from pursuing our dreams. With hard work and determination, anything is possible. So don't give up on your dreams. Failure is impossible. What Susan B. Anthony's quote means to me. Firstly, the importance of failure. The notion that failure is impossible is a powerful statement that can help people push through difficult times and achieve great things. By refusing to give up, we can accomplish anything we set our minds to, no matter how difficult it may seem at first. How to never give up on your dreams. Everyone has dreams and ambitions that they wish to accomplish. When we fail, we often feel as if those dreams are gone forever. However, failure is not an end. Failure is an opportunity for us to learn and grow stronger. It's easy to give up on our dreams when they don't work out the first time, but failure is inevitable and failure is not impossible. We may fail many times before we succeed, but it's important to remember that failure should never stop us from trying again. The only way for failure to be impossible is through dedication and perseverance, which can help us achieve whatever we set our minds to do, no matter the odds. What is failure? In life, setbacks and difficulties are inevitable. They will happen to everyone at some point in their lives. In order to pick yourself up from failure, you need to know how failure works, why it happens, and also learn about the common types of failure. Failure comes when we least expect it. Whenever we see failure coming up, we try to take steps to avoid failure by working harder, being more dedicated, and being passionate. A failing can be anything from the failure of ideas to failure of dreams or failure of relationships. It doesn't mean failure is impossible if you get over it quickly. Failure can be a failure of perception. This is what happens when you don't see why failure is the only option. Failure can come from a failure of judgment. It's a failure in decision making which leads to failure because our choices aren't always the right ones. For example, failure may occur through giving up when we should have kept trying. Failure can be a failure in effort that leads to failure in action. The failure occurs when we give up trying because nothing's happening. The failure is in the lack of passion and dedication rather than the failure itself. Failure can also come from not working hard enough or not putting in the work it takes to succeed. Quotes about failure that will inspire you. Overcoming failure is near impossible for some people. They don't know what we know. Hopefully, this podcast is guiding you towards recognizing and overcoming failure. Look at these 5 famous failure quotes and you can find inspiration in their words when failure comes knocking on your door. 1. If I had to live my life again, I'd make the same mistakes, only sooner. Tallulah Bankhead. 2. Life is a grindstone. Whether it grinds a man down or polishes him up depends on the stuff he's made of. Burt Clark. 3. Every failure is a step to success. Juma Ikana. 4. If you hear a voice within you say you cannot paint, then by all means paint, and that voice will be silenced, but only by working. Vincent van Gogh. 5. The only failure is not to try. Diana Nyad. Overcoming failure isn't easy. It takes a lot of courage and determination, but it's also necessary if you want to achieve your dreams. How to pick yourself up after a failure. If your plans don't work out, what can you do to succeed? A time of reflection and introspection is a great way to look back at what has happened. If you don't know why something failed, you will likely repeat the same mistakes. Make a list of the decisions, thoughts, and actions that were unsuccessful or encountered resistance. Has someone else already been there, seen it, and done it? Find out what they did to succeed. Ask questions. If you're in a workplace environment, ask for guidance from your colleagues, managers, and mentors. Remember that you have not failed. You found a way how not to do something. That knowledge will be valuable later. You may not know it yet, but at some point in the future there will be the opportunity to guide someone. They may be younger or with less experience, and you will have the chance to show them an easier way. Inspiration for success. It is not failure itself that destroys us, but the failure to take action. Success seems to be connected with action. Successful men keep moving. They make mistakes, but they don't quit. Conrad Hilton. So failure is nothing to you. It seems like the only failure for a person lies in no longer trying to do something they had previously planned and promised themselves. Marcus Aurelius. You can succeed by overcoming failures, setbacks, and difficulties. Remember from a previous article that hindrance isn't a contradiction to the path, it is the path. I recommend reading that blog post. It is available on thishappyhuman.com and was published on December 8, 2021. It will reinforce everything I've said here. And finally, Thanks for listening, and remember to subscribe to the podcast, follow this happy human on Twitter, and leave comments. I'd love to know what you think. All the best. Matt the Happy Human.